Finally, tools. This is an area where, like Minister Clement and many of you, when I came to ICANN and asked, how do we get this work done? And it's remarkable how we get this work done. It's email. A lot of email. A lot of email. It's remarkable how much email we send at ICANN. Meanwhile, we have Siemens announcing that they want to abolish all internal email within 3 years. I think if we abolished email at ICANN, we'd just stop. Everything would just stop instantly. But quite seriously, I think all of us who've worked in other environments, I've worked in manufacturing environments, Jean-François and I did for a while in some areas of that. You don't have an ERP system today as a big manufacturer, you're dead. It doesn't work. So what's the ERP system for the multi-stakeholder model? Is there one? It can't be email. That's not scalable. So what we have started to do is to move away from this paradigm and to create something new. And I'm very happy to share this with you today. It's just the beginning, but here's the idea. We're going to work smarter. Today we have ICANN.org. ICANN.org is a vehicle that will continue to be. It's a great vehicle for communication, for publication, for education. Anyone new coming to learn what is ICANN, that's what ICANN.org is. But what we were missing is an area for stakeholder engagement, an area where people can come and get their work done. And so I'm happy to announce today myicann.org. You can go to it right now on any device. It's completely mobile aware and mobile ready. Myicann.org is an addition to ICANN.org. It's a new environment that's personalized, that has a master calendar, because God knows how many things are going on in the ICANN community. And it gives you the ability in one place to get in and get your work done at ICANN. Myicann.org, which starts today, it actually is being unveiled as we speak, and you can check it out, will have initially, in the next few months, 4 main components. The first one is information distribution and management, because God knows, again, how much information is in the ICANN sites and partner sites and other sites that serve the ICANN community. Lots of information. When I was given the count of even the sites and microsites we manage, it was in the tens, close to 100 sites. How do you get at the information you need? Let's say I only speak Russian, and I go to ICANN today. How do I find everything I need in Russian? Let's say I'm only interested in things related to the SSAC. How do I just see what's new about the SSAC? Very difficult. We're going to solve that. Secondly, we're going to put a full process management system inside that, which means if you're interested in a particular policy development process, a PDP, you can go and see it live. You can see where it is. You can click on it. You can ask for alerts when things are happening. It will be a live process management tool that allows you to manage your work in ICANN. Thirdly, we're going to put training tools for the new participants to help them learn how to work within ICANN and to help them advance and become even better at participating in the various ICANN activities. And lastly, we're going to build a true collaboration tool for synchronous and asynchronous meetings. So we don't have meetings and then the meetings go away, and when we meet next time, what happened at that meeting? Where are the documents that were shared? What were the action items? Who voted on what? We're going to create a true collaboration platform that allows all this information to be in one place and to be managed. Now, here's the more interesting even part, which will please many of the people doing business or working with us. We're going to also take all of our internal systems as we build them and bring them online and connect them into myicann. So if you have some team at ICANN managing your trouble ticket, you'll be able, through myicann, to see the trouble ticket, its status, what's going on with it live. This is basic. This is happening all over the place today. There is no new invention here. What we're going to do, though, is bring it all together. And remember, in Prague, I told you, I'm going to step outside of ICANN and look at it from the outside in. Look at it from your perspective. That's why we call this myicann. I'm coming to ICANN. I need to get my business done. How do I see it? That's what this site will start doing for you. Now, we just started this effort. So all we have right now is a very small beta, but it's beginning. And I wanted to bring it out today so you see it and you give us input and you tell us where to go from here. So this is for you to look at, to play with, and to give us insight and input. So anybody, including a Mountie, could come in today and get to my ICANN on the web. They can get to it on any mobile device. They can link it to their RSS engine, their email engine, their calendar. They can do all of that today. And here is the roadmap. Today, you're getting a V1, a beta. I emphasize it's a beta, so we still have to work on things like DNSSEC and IPv6. We're just starting. And the beta is only with the information distribution bit. In Beijing, we're going to release the next beta, which will have the other 3 core activities. And then V3 will start including our internal systems as they come online. I'm very pleased that Akram brought on board a very experienced new vice president of IT, who's right here. And you can talk to him and meet with him, but I'll tell you, he's coming and his hands are full already. When I got my first inventory of systems at ICANN, for example, I found out we have seven trouble ticket systems. Not sustainable. Not sustainable. So we have new leadership and new focus, and we're going to bring these things in the right place. And as soon as they become available, we will put them on my ICANN so you can see what is important to you. And the first one there you see is the management system, the one I showed you earlier. So you know what's happening at ICANN that is important to you. Do I have a little time to show them my ICANN, or am I out of time? Can I show it to them? Okay. So how do I switch to this? It's on. Okay, so here it is. Again, my ICANN beta. Very easy. You can create an account in a second, and I encourage you to do so because you can browse it without an account, but with an account you get some extra features which I'll show you. And the front page is pretty straightforward. You see all the most recent news of ICANN. Anything that is happening in all of our sites will appear real time here. On the right-hand side, you'll see any particular information that we want you to see, any featured information, any today's news, etc. Now, let me show you the 2 cool things in this first very, very small version, but it's okay. I want you to appreciate the value you can get here. If you press on all topics at the top, you'll be able to go in and on the left-hand side see a series of topics. You can pick the topic you're interested in. Say, I'm interested in groups, advisory committees, and SSAC. So now, everything that is published right now, this second, in any place that ICANN related to this, shows up on the right-hand side. If you click on it, you go into the actual article, and if you open that article, you'll be able to see everything. This is all streamed live, by the way. We didn't re-enter all this information. My ICANN is streaming all this information live from all these sources. So here it is, and it has this great, smart, very smart engine that shows you any other information more like what you just opened at the bottom of each page. And of course, at the top of this page, if you simply click on the title, it actually takes you to the source of that article. In this case, an ICANN website that is out there. We went and got this data, took the piece that is important for SSAC, and showed it to you. Again, very, very powerful way for us to keep you appraised. Of course, I had saved this article, I think earlier someone did on this computer, but you can remove it, you can email it, you can print it, you can get a link and share it with somebody. That is all available to you real time. Every topic, and this is something I like, because I think it emphasizes our folks. Everything in a different language. So I want to see everything in Russian that is right now being published at ICANN, live. Okay? So very powerful new tool to distribute information to you. I want to also show you a couple of cool things here on the calendar, because I know this has been a bit of heartache for me. When you go to calendar, my ICANN is actually going to display to you all the calendars available in ICANN, all in one button. And these calendars will be shown in different colors, and we need to get a PDP going for colors, so we make sure we don't upset anybody with colors, but you are welcome to tell us that the ALAC prefers a different color. But here, and I'm happy with this. And of course, you can change the time zone immediately. This is UTC, but you can change it in any time zone. When you register, it'll automatically do that for you. Here, I'm seeing all the calendars, but I can say that I'm only interested maybe to see the GNSO calendar. So it'll go and sort that out for me. And of course, the calendars are also linked to your personal calendar. So you're able, after you see any of these calendar items, to go to the bottom of this and say, here, this is, of course, all the calendars. I hope you don't do that to your own calendar. But if you press on that, it works with Outlook, it works with iCal. You'll be able to immediately put these events straight into your personal calendar, and they'll be automatically updated by my ICANN. Okay? So that's all linked already and working. And of course, any of these items, if you open any of these items, it'll show you the origin of that item, where did it come from, it'll go pull that information, and you're able to understand where that item came from. Okay? So this is the calendar, and there's one last feature that I really like here before I do something else. If you go to my account, I presume this is a logged-in user that I'm using. Is this a logged-in user that I'm using? Okay, if you go to my account, there's a feature that I really like. I just told you we need to kill email, but I'm about to show you how to create more email. So please do this judiciously. But if you insist to get ICANN news via email because you don't have time maybe to go to my ICANN, you can go here after you set your time zone and say, listen, every Monday and Thursday at, I don't know, at 5, 6 a.m., because with my coffee, I want all new information about the SAC, and it automatically puts that on the right, all new information about the ALAC. And once you do this, you'll get that email in your inbox. It'll pick all the new information and add more email to your email. Lastly, when we have some new interesting things that are happening, we're going to post them on the homepage. And in that first homepage, I'm going to show you something that I want to bring to your attention. And this is interesting because when Sally and I joined ICANN, one of the first things we asked for, can we get a picture that describes how internet governance works? And generally, we got horrified looks. What do you mean, a picture that tells you how the internet governance works? Okay, how about a picture how ICANN works? Well, yeah, here's 40 pages. Go read them. Maybe we're simple people, but I think a picture would be really helpful. So we started putting together an effort, and we actually reached out also to the RIRs and other ISTAR organizations to get their ideas. So here on the right is literally a doodle, the initial doodles, and we're offering them to you so you can go and give us input on them. So here's the first doodle we're working on, which is how the multi-stakeholder internet governance works, who's who, what do they do. Right? This is just it's not a finished product, it's just a sketch, but we're starting to work on it. This is now on my ICANN, so please go, because at the bottom of this form, you can give us your comments, your insight, your ideas, but it would be great if all of us in the next few months, when we go to Wicked, to various environments, we meet governments, we're explaining to them what ICANN is, we have a picture that we and the other I organizations agree on, hey, this is how it works, okay? I think it's already very helpful. It'll help my mom, too, who's still at 86, trying to figure out what the heck I do all day. And we did the same thing for an ICANN. So this is ICANN. How does ICANN work? What is inside ICANN? What do we do? This is actually a tougher one than the first one. But please, again, it's out there on my ICANN. Go in, look at them, scrutinize them, give us your ideas, and tell us all the things I still don't know and Sally still to discover. This is why it's there for you. Is that good, Denise? Yes. Okay. All right, so with this, I want to conclude with this one slide. This is a shot that Akram took of me recently, and he sent it to me. He has this little toy on his iPhone to take these pictures. But it was a moment where I was obviously thinking about a lot of things. And I'm thinking about a lot of things. So while the management piece, the structure, the system, this has been there. We will get this done. But there are bigger things we need to be thinking about as a community. So I'm going to share with you a little bit what's on my mind. First, the ATRT, the beginning of our AOC reviews. So yes, we're going to be reporting great progress on the ATRT at this conference, at this meeting. But is that good enough? Is it good enough to just check the boxes? The ATRT has to become part of our DNA. How do I do that? I'm thinking about this. But I assure you that I will not let this opportunity go for us to embrace this great opening, this great opportunity that ICANN got to grow and to become a truly international organization, which is presented to us through the AOC. I will make this part of our DNA. I am also, like many of you, thinking about the new GTLD program. I think we've had our share of missteps, but we're going to get this straight. And for those of you who have seen the initial proposal that we just put out, which is for all of you to comment on and give us feedback on, we're making progress. We're solving issues. But I am concerned, and I will be very close to this process, because we, as a community, cannot afford another hiccup. The RAA agreement and the negotiations around that and other agreements we have. But right now, of course, it's the RAA. It's something on my mind. And I must tell you, if we don't get this right now, we miss an opportunity. So we must all together work as a team to get this one right. The world is watching us and is not going to give us a break if we scuttle this one. Same with the who is. I think right next to the Middle East problem, this has got to be the longest problem on the planet. It's unbelievable. Every time I ask, 10 years of back and forth and back, this is remarkable. And it's everywhere. I hate to tell you, it's like cancer. Every agreement I look at, oh my God, the who is, we're stuck on who is. We don't even have, as the SAC just published, we don't have agreement. Why the heck are we doing this? Yes, there is history for why these things started, where they started. But guys, it's 12 years on. Let's think about this. This is not difficult. The Middle East problem is difficult. This is not difficult. So we must look at this. We must look at this with integrity, with seriousness, and address it once and for all. And let's move on to discuss new things. If you didn't have enough acronyms at ICANN, here's 3 I can never remember. Even this morning I was telling Chris, is it really WTPF or PTF? Okay, more acronyms for you. But of course, for those of you who don't know these acronyms, these are all the big fora that are going on by various international organizations to decide, various things that affect us and affect the people of the world. It's on my mind. It's on my mind. And I'm just very delighted that I have with me the great, steady, deep experience of Tariq Kamil to navigate these fora. And we will navigate these fora. We have great leadership. We have a great board that is looking at this. We understand the issues. And I look at this, frankly, as an opportunity. Again, an oasis, not a fortress. So when people ask me, what is your #1 strategy to deal with all these things? You know what's my #1 strategy? Is make ICANN work. Because when ICANN works well, nobody can come at us and say, hey, this is a dysfunctional bunch. So it's incumbent upon us to make ICANN a model of a working, multi-stakeholder organization where all voices are equal. We do that, everyone follows. Let's stop being behind. We need to be ahead of this game. And of course, of course, many of you would like to fill in the blank on this one. And yes, please do fill in the blank. That is exactly what I need you to do during the next few days. But I'm just sharing with you what's on my mind this moment. Literally this morning, I put these in. This is what I'm hearing from you. And if there are others, I'm here. Come fill my mind. I need to do your work. This is what I'm here for. I will finish with the bubble that is hardest. Because balance is the hardest thing to do. And balance at ICANN is tough to achieve. We have not always achieved it as we should. balance between our focus on the English-speaking world and the rest of the world. That balance must be achieved. Balance between our focus on governments versus businesses versus users versus the broader public interest. How are we doing that? Are we good there? Do we need to do better on balancing our focus? Balance on new GTLDs and GTLDs versus all the other work we have. This is difficult, but this is a big area of focus for me. Because if we don't achieve that balance, we're shortchanging somebody, and the multi-stakeholder model is no longer a multi-equal stakeholder model. We have got to focus on this, and I need your help. And you know how we keep balance? Yesterday I had a couple of meetings with people here. I listened, and I learned from them some things, and I immediately adjusted our positions. That's how balance is achieved. By engaging, by talking, by being honest and genuine about the success we need to achieve here. So it is a new season, and I hope that in the months and years ahead, we can see this land grow some good things, and hopefully we can all get a good product, a good set of grapes that we can all be very proud of. These are the 3 pictures that I put in my office when I came to ICANN. And I know that we need to get there. And together we will. Thank you.